Well, we're back for another box opening in the kitchen today because the weather has chased me inside. It is rather cold and wet outside. In fact, just a few kilometres down the road, about an hour away, it's actually snowing rather heavily. Anyway, time to get this box open because in here is Sarah's birthday present and I've got to get it done before she gets back. Right, well, guess what is Mum's birthday present?
What?
Well, look.
Ooh, that looks pretty.
We have a whole stack of scarves from Japan. Some of them don't look particularly Japanese. In fact, a lot of them don't look particularly Japanese. Yes, but anyway, they were going cheap. Don't tell Mum that. Yes, very high quality scarves for Sarah. Yes. But anyway, they were going cheap. So I thought I'd snaffle. I bet I might. That's a nice pure woolen one. I might keep that for myself. Alright, so what do we have here? Just getting low on squares. So it's good that I've now resupplied. Alright, here we have some Japanese wedges. Now I'm not sure if these are specifically designed for falling or not, but I want them for getting splits started for doing my driving. They're quite sharp and they'll be great for just getting the process started when I want to splint out blanks from a log. Nice. That's quite sharp already. A dangerous wedging operation though. This is the traditional way of wedging these. These are this horizontal wedge that goes through and pushes the handle against the top of the eye. This is not traditional and it can be quite dangerous with Japanese axes to put a wedge in like this. With a Western axe it's standard procedure, but with Japanese axe it's risky because Japanese axes tend to be quite weak in this direction and a vertical wedge like this can pop them open and break the lamination here and here and ruin the axe. So if you're going to put a new handle on a Japanese axe, I recommend you don't wedge it in that way. Or if you do put a wedge in, make it a very, very slight wedge so it just puts a little bit of sideways pressure but not much. But really I would recommend not doing it. Better to just rely on the vertical pressure to hold things in place. 3 chisels by the look of it. Nope, 4 chisels. Little mortise chisel. Oh, very nice. Very nice condition. Geez, I reckon those are bench ready. Damn. Very nice. That is a keeper. We've got a set of crank gouges. Cool. Okay, what's next?
What is it?
It's a little... it's... basically. But yeah, little guard to catch stuff. And so it's basically a steel bar with a wrap and a handle, slight pommel, and this little sword guard. A little bit of surface rust, which we'll remove with electrolysis. Now, I'm looking forward to giving one of these a run, harnessing the reed, because these ones have got longer handles. Other thing that I think is very cool about them is they don't have a serrated blade, it's a straight blade. Now, do they come sharp? Yes, they do. Now, these things, you might think, okay, well, why is he bothering importing these? Well, the reason is that I find hand tools like this, for most people, is going to be better than something like a whippersnipper. I know it's the standard modern thing. You use a whippersnipper for trimming edges and whatnot, but when it comes to trimming grass and blackberries and stuff away from electric fences, around the edge of gardening beds, I find these hand sickles are much better tools than something mechanical. They're a lot lighter, you can stick them in your pocket, especially if you're doing things like clearing electric fences. You don't have to carry around all this extra weight. Much better for the environment because you're not. I also genuinely think that they do a better job and they do it faster. Same as why I use hand saws on a building site. By the time someone's gone and got the machinery set up and pulled out to use, I can have already finished the job with my hand tools. So those will be up on eBay shortly. What have we got here? We got a whole stack of planes. Wow, this thing looks almost brand new. And it looks almost bench ready. Getting bench ready stuff, like you know, it's always cheaper to get tools that need restoration, but it's good not to have to do all the extra work. Mind you, you've got to pay for that because it takes hours. Can I help you, puss? Here, how do I? Go on. Gish. That is just exquisite. I love the wedges that are used to lock the fence to change the level of chamfer. And that's my kind of tool. That's much more something I'd prefer than this style, which you've probably seen before, where you've got the adjustable screws or butterfly nuts to vary the chamfer. But that is just gorgeous. It would be a little harder to use because it'd be easy for the chamfer to be uneven, like to be wider at one end than the other, and you wouldn't have the fine, precise level of adjustment as this does. But I would prefer that. Most definitely prefer that. In fact, I think that, unless someone offered me some real money, I'm going to say that's a keeper. That's going into my toolbox. Now, I know what these are, and I think from memory there's 5 of them, but they're all different axe heads. Some of them I think are in pretty rough condition. All of them are going to need some work. So a lovely little axe head here. It's been seriously abused to get that crescent in the edge, and it's quite chunky. But it's going to take quite a small handle. Like you see, there's my finger. This is a standard Japanese pattern, but these are very good examples of it. Very old. See, quite chunky, handmade. There's these marks that are obvious here, but I think there's some sort of mark here as well, which hopefully electrolysis would reveal. But that's fabulous example of a handmade old. I reckon that's pre-war. That's old school. And it's something that Japanese axes it's a very common fault where they develop a fracture here. Sometimes it's just cosmetic, but it's what gets back to what I was saying before about that other axe. That's why you don't put a vertical wedge which spreads the socket. Here, again, another old chunky axe. It's got some weight to it. I'll weigh it and put the weight up on the screen so you've got an idea. It's slightly asymmetrical. This seems flatter and this seems more flat and then curved. It's quite a pronounced change there. But even though it's chunky, that's pretty chunky, it's a falling axe, it's not a splitting axe. It's a style of the Japanese axes that they are quite robust, for want of a better term. Bit of paint there. That'll clean off with electrolysis.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that. I've got one more tool to show you, so stick around. I love getting these boxes, and it's always a surprise what I get, and this one has been a particular joy because so many of the tools were such good quality, and unfortunately I'm not going to be able to keep as many as I want, but yeah, so there'll be a bunch up on eBay. Some I'll obviously be keeping. I meant in particular that chamfer plane. That was just an absolute gem. This one coming up though is one that I will not be keeping because I can't afford to. It's an incredibly beautiful hammer. Its value is not so much the decoration, although the decoration is exquisite. It's the fact that it's a laminated steel hammer. Now, back in the day, all quality hammers, Japanese hammers, used to be laminated, but the modern ones that are coming out, they're not. They're just single cast steel. Whereas this is a true blacksmith forged laminated steel hammer. And you can see there in some of the macro shots that you can just see the weld between the hard steel of the faces of the hammer and the more softer steel of the body. Coming up on Chestnut Nag, I'll be getting back to the workshop. I haven't done much lately on it because I've been off prospecting, finding gold. And if you want to see the videos of that, go to Mad Scientist Prospecting because I had some really good results lately, some really chunky, spiky, reefy gold. And I'm going to be making a whole bunch of stuff. Sarah's been really chewing on me. This was meant to be finished ages ago, and then I was meant to be in it working, making stuff for inside the house. So those videos are coming up, but of course before I can do them, there's a bunch of tools that I'm going to need in working order to make the stuff, so there'll be a bunch of restoration videos coming as well. Stay tuned for all that, and I'll see you guys online. And until the next video, catch you later. Bye-bye. Oh, it's cold. I'm getting back inside to the fire.